plans to build the Orpheum Theatre at 842 South Broadway, the fourth and last Orpheum Theatre to be built in Los Angeles, began in the Roaring '20s when the Orpheum vaudeville circuit decided to build a bigger and grander theater near 9th and Broadway. In 1925, construction began on the current Orpheum Theatre, as seen in this rare newsreel footage that shows the theater's groundbreaking ceremony, attended by officials from the theater circuit, civic leaders of the day, and a baby elephant. The operation of the Orpheum Theatre was taken over in January 2001 by its longtime owner, Anjac Fashion Buildings, under the leadership of its CEO, Steve Needleman. Anjac launched a major renovation of the Orpheum at the beginning of 2001, which coincided with the theater's 75th anniversary. The spirit of the renovation was to preserve all of the Orpheum's original lavish architectural elements and enhance them with modern-day guest comforts, including handicap access and expanded technical capabilities. The renovation has included the installation of a new state-of-the-art energy-efficient air conditioning system, new plush auditorium seating, upgraded stage and technical facilities, including increased power supply, all new stage rigging, electrical lines, sound and lighting systems, and refurbished dressing room areas. Inside the auditorium, the Orpheum's newly installed upholstered seats feature historically inspired decorative aisle standards to match the overall style of the theater. Besides their aesthetic appeal, they now provide an added level of comfort and increased back support to make sitting through a special event that much more enjoyable. Another visible enhancement are the new fleur-de-lis patterned acoustical sidewall panels, which have been installed throughout the auditorium to replace those that have faded with age. Also installed at various ceiling locations are new hanging points for lighting trusses and sound equipment, which provide the theater with more versatility for live events as well as location filming. The white Wurlitzer Theater pipe organ, seen in the theater's orchestra pit area, is the last original pipe organ remaining from the silent movie era in downtown Los Angeles. For the first time in its history, the organ is now detachable and can be stored in a secure compartment backstage. Also removable are the first 5 rows of auditorium seating. These particular changes provide even more creative front-of-house options for utilizing the theater. With these refinements, the Orpheum will now be capable of easily presenting live stage and musical entertainment, as well as movie premieres and film screenings. In addition, 3 floors of the theater's backstage dressing rooms have been refurbished. The Star dressing room is an 800 square foot master suite. Which includes a brand new bathroom with shower, satellite TV, and is fully internet ready. The main lobby's white marble walls have been beautifully restored, removing 75 years of discoloration. The lobby now also boasts of all-new plush carpeting that replicates the lavish pattern of the original. And a new downstairs cocktail lounge will further cater to the guests' refreshment needs. To further increase guest comfort, the Orpheum's men's and ladies' lounges now sparkle and have been revamped to become more spacious and reduce waiting time for patrons. The ladies' restroom is now triple its original capacity and includes all new fixtures and amenities. On the outside of the theater, the original box office has been restored, and a new box office has been added to accommodate modern ticketing needs. Many behind-the-scenes improvements have also taken place, including seismic retrofitting of the building, fine-tuning the acoustics of the theater's auditorium, and the installation of new security systems. The Orpheum building's upper floors will soon transform former office spaces to new live-work studios to cater to downtown LA's expanding residential needs. But despite all these wonderful changes, what makes the Orpheum so special is its Hollywood history and the role that it has played over the years. The Orpheum opened on February 15, 1926. Initially, the theater was operated by the Orpheum vaudeville circuit, which presented live variety shows. But vaudeville was getting expensive to produce on its own, and the circuit lost control of the theater a few years later. In late 1929, Joseph Kennedy of the powerful Kennedy family of Massachusetts took control of the Orpheum and changed its programming to only first-run feature films instead of live vaudeville acts. At that time, the Orpheum played only RKO and Universal film titles. In 1933, the management of the theater was taken over by Sherrill Corwin and his Metropolitan Theaters chain, which presented a combination of vaudeville and films for the next 20 years. Roster of stars from this era, the 1930s through the early 1950s, now reads like a who's who of Hollywood and included such legends as Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, Jack Benny, Milton Berle, George Burns and Gracie Allen, Gypsy Rose Lee, Sophie Tucker, Lena Horne, Duke Ellington, and Louis Armstrong. The Orpheum also became a major showcase for new talent, which had their careers launched at the theater, and over the years included Judy Garland, Ann Miller, Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis Jr., and Liberace. By the late 1950s and early 60s, vaudeville had finally run its course, and the theater changed over to primarily being a first-run movie theater. But live acts occasionally took place, including the then budding rock and roll artists such as Aretha Franklin and Little Richard, as well as live theatrical productions produced by the LA Philharmonic while the Music Center was under construction. In 1964, the Orpheum Theatre and building were acquired by established downtown property owners Jack and Annette Needleman and their company, Anjac Fashion Buildings. Over the years, Anjac has played a major role as one of the largest independent property owners in downtown Los Angeles. Its real estate holdings include an array of Southern California properties, with many in both the downtown LA Garment and Broadway districts. Anjac is now under the successful leadership of its Chief Executive Officer, Steve Needleman. Also under Mr. Needleman's ownership is a refurbished 7,000-seat Grand Olympic Auditorium, which was built in 1924 and is another downtown LA special events and film location venue. In the 1970s and early 80s, Broadway became a vibrant Latino retail district, and both the street and the Orpheum survived by changing with the times, including the presentation of Spanish language and subtitled first-run American films. In the 1990s, the Orpheum began serving another successful role as a popular Southern California movie location for feature films, television productions, and music videos. In celebration of the Orpheum's 75th anniversary, the theater's original 1926 three-story high incandescent rooftop sign is glowing again for the first time in over 50 years, with funding from Anjac Fashion Buildings, the nonprofit Friends of the Orpheum, and the City of LA's Cultural Affairs Department. Nonprofit historic preservation groups such as the Los Angeles Conservancy and the Friends of the Orpheum have helped raise public awareness of the Orpheum and other historic Broadway district theaters through a variety of educational programs, special film-related series, and other special events. Revitalization efforts for the area have also been supported by the local business improvement districts. As you can see from all the exciting new improvements of the Orpheum, the theater is now ready to embrace its exciting future as a major LA entertainment venue for live concerts, movie premieres, film festivals, location shoots, theatrical productions, religious functions, conferences, private parties, and other special events. We invite you to visit the Orpheum Theatre in person in the very near future to see for yourself what it can do for your next event. And as Bette Midler, filming at the Orpheum, once said,
Bet 1,000 this time, boys.